Hey, welcome back to another video in the Lean Switch. Today we are going to absolutely crush your cravings. So, basically, cravings are linked to your emotions. That's right, we're going to dive deep into emotional eating. Now, emotions can be very incredibly strong in the moment, but then once you get past them, they're not that strong. And that's how you feel with cravings too. That a craving can be as strong as a hammer, hitting your finger by accident. But after a little bit, the pain goes away. It's not that bad. And so, to really crush cravings, I have two things for you. The first is that if you're face to face with a craving, is the Harvard secret to getting rid of cravings. Now, there was a study done in Harvard in patients with obsessive compulsive disorder. So if you don't know what that is, basically these patients have this, you can call it a huge craving to do the most illogical things. So maybe before they leave the house, they need to flip the light switch 3 times, they need to lock the door 3 times, and they need to tie their shoes 3 times. It can be, a bunch of different tests like that. Now, it's very difficult to go and live your life when you have these cravings, and it's just not a good place to be in, and it makes sense to stop. So Harvard researchers found that you could actually train your brain to, to have these cravings subside if you just wait 2 minutes. What that means for you is if you come home from work, you have a huge craving, you want to just dig right into that, the Talento gelato. I personally prefer coconut-based ice creams or non-dairy frozen desserts, but everyone has their thing. And so if yours is gelato and you go home from work and you just want to dig into a whole container of it, you want to wait 2 minutes. So that can be that you get home, take your shoes off, check your emails, see what's on the DVR. Anything to distract yourself for those 120 seconds is perfect because it builds your muscle. You have more using your willpower and training that as a resource to make better food decisions, right? And then we'll talk a little bit in further videos how you can take this and amplify it to the next level to actually not just control the craving, but satisfy it and go on to dominate your life. So now the second thing I had to tell you was about cravings in the long term. So remember, cravings are caused by emotions, and people can eat for any emotion. People can crave ice cream or cake when they're happy because it's linked to their birthdays. It's a happy emotion. My grandpa would always go and get me after school, and we'd get, I don't know what they're called. They're like those little lemon candies. They're so good. And so for a while, I'd always want those to remember those times that I spent with my grandpa and all that stuff because he's no longer with me. And so that's linked to an emotion, linked to a state, so that when you eat the food, you get the emotion. But that's not a healthy way to manage your emotions. A better way is to recognize the emotion that you're in and label it. So that's step 1, where you want to constantly label and expand your vocabulary of emotions. So if you're feeling happy, try to describe that happy. Is it like an ecstatic, energetic happy? Are you just content and really comfortable being happy? Or are you joyous and you're ready to celebrate and you're ready to share that with people? Once you can label these emotions, first of all, you're going to really step into them, and that takes away a lot of their power. Because once you say that you're a certain emotion, you feel it and you're not resisting it. famous psychologist Carl Jung liked to say that whatever you resist is what persists. So labeling and accepting the emotions is the first step. The second step is to change your state. So this is from neurolinguistic programming, similar to what Tony Robbins likes to talk about, that if you're in a certain state, it affects your emotions, it affects your psychology, it affects your actions even. So if you're feeling upset, instead of changing your state by eating ice cream, what you can do is you can listen to your favorite song, you can shake it out, you can do whatever you want to really change your state. And I'll talk in the next video how to really change your state and make it a good state all the time, so you don't have to worry about emotional eating anymore. So we just covered how to dominate emotional eating and lose weight without losing your mind. So try this out. See you in the next video.